We see plenty of Jews, Christians, and Muslims claim that their religion is that of peace, but they seem to be unable to get that message out to the rest of their fellow believers. That is, those people who are ready to be insulted for God and act in retaliation for God. When God's laws are broken, that is, the ones that the religious feel like caring about, when God is verbally insulted or symbolically attacked, or worse yet, not recognized to be in existence, plenty of people take the insult or offense themselves, and rather than let God do what they say He has the power to do, they get angry and they take the matter into their own hands. We hear a lot from the religious regarding the idea that God is all-powerful and all-knowing, and knows how to judge each one of us. We hear about the punishments that we face for our wrongdoings. We're warned that He's able to track each of our performances as living beings and place us in paradise or punishment accordingly. We also have to listen to people who tell us that extreme weather conditions are just God showing His anger by using His powers to punish us for wrongdoing. We're told all of this and more by the same people who want to do the punishing themselves. People who can't wait to get their hands on the heretics, which they define as they please, and carry out their anger in violence. This leads me to believe one important thing, and that is, if God does exist, God must be a selfish and helpless child. If you upset a child by, for example, taking away its toy or candy, you can be sure that the child will know nothing of the rest of the world, since it'll be too overwhelmed with concern for its own happiness and comfort, and it will put on a massive display of anger and outrage until it gets what it wants. At the child level, almost all of us are concerned with only ourselves, although most of us grow out of that. Christians love to tell you that God is really concerned with our comfort in eating a banana, but He doesn't seem too concerned with our comfort during a fire, a hurricane, chemotherapy for the cancer He gives us, walking on one leg when the other gets cut off, and He especially doesn't seem concerned that we're endangered due to having no evidence of His existence. However, He is very much concerned with His own happiness and comfort. In the Ten Commandments and all over the rest of the Bible, His main concern is Himself. He wants to be served, He wants to be pleased, He wants to be worshipped, He wants to be praised, He wants to be loved, He wants to be thanked, He wants to be commended. He wants also to make sure that we don't worship other gods more than Him. He doesn't seem to mind other gods, He just doesn't want them put ahead of Him. And doing anything that makes Him upset gets Him completely angered and outraged, and if He doesn't flood the earth to kill everybody at once, He wipes people out only a few hundred at a time with earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, terror plots, ice storms, heat waves. But He just can't allow people a little victimless enjoyment of life. If we're not all gathered in a large crowded building yelling out His name, we had better be thinking of Him wherever we are. Never mind that He gave all of us physical and emotional needs. No matter how terrible a state we're in, no matter how needy or troubled we might be, God's luxurious comfort must come first. A child can't do much for itself. As a result, it needs parents or guardians to provide food, comfort, protection, good health. God is the most powerful being of all, yet can't do anything for Himself. He absolutely does not spread His own message directly to people. He does not do all of the granting of homelands that He is said to have promised certain people. He does not answer most prayers sent to Him. And of course, I'm not talking about prayers such as for a sports victory or an erection. And He definitely does not do all of the punishing Himself after we die. We have to watch people talk about God on TV all day. We have to drive around and see more and more churches being built with filthy money. We can't walk around public areas without running into some Christian who wants to shove a flyer into our hands or yell pointless, meaningless Bible verses through a megaphone. More taxi cabs feel the need to print a Bible verse on their rear bumpers. Mind you, it's never Deuteronomy chapter 13 verses 6 through 18. We can't stop hearing from people about how what we believe is wrong and we must convert to their faith or suffer huge consequences. They apparently do realize that God's existence is not in any way obvious, so they have to pound His message onto us until we finally get it or die. We have to sit and watch horrible news about the Middle East getting more and more blown up back to the pre-Stone Age, while God never bothers to intervene. We get to watch some people witness a joyous relief from some sickness or hardship, while others pray and pray but get nothing but pain and death. And we have to deal with the people who want to torture or kill us because we just can't buy the disgusting absurdities of their faith. They just can't wait until we die and get punished by God himself. They have to do it now, themselves. They seem to have ordained themselves some responsible ministers of punishment in God's name. If there is a God, do you really think he needs you to protect him and his feelings? Is he so helpless that he can't get along without all of his little people running around for him? Can't he tell everyone what he wants and then punish or reward them on his own? You're far too concerned with God's job that you're leaving off your own. You have to realize how small, petty, and meager you make your own God out to be. Aside from hateful, violent, and jealous, among many other terrible things, if there is a God, he's very much a bratty little helpless child. I've been told many times that God is too great to be judged by our little earthly standards. If that is so, why is this great God so upset by the little earthly mistakes that we make in our short little lives? Of course, all of this is just another one of religion's many wonderful inconsistencies.
Don't look for consistency in religion.